Did you watch Monday Night Raw tonight, February 12, 2018? Did you miss Monday Night Raw? Hmm? Did you go to the store? Did you go run an errand? Did you go make a delivery? Did you go take a shit in the restroom? Did you go in the kitchen and cook dinner? Did you miss Monday Night Raw? Did you watch it? Whether you did any of those things, in case you didn't watch Monday Night Raw tonight, you're simply at the right place. You came to the right show because you're gonna hear about it here on that wrestling show. DWS. That wrestling show. WS. That wrestling show. You are now looking at the new world order of professional podcasting, brother. This is the TWS. And if you don't know what that stands for, it stands for That Wrestling Show. The show to watch on YouTube today. We are the new world order of YouTube. We are taking over. We are going to take down every single podcast, wrestling show, vloggers. The TWS, That Wrestling Show, is going to invade YouTube. We're going to introduce poison into the YouTube world community. Because we are the futures. 37 subscribers and growing. Very, very small compared to all these higher ups above me. I know I'm just a little man on the totem pole. I know I'm just down here and everyone's up here. But you know what? One day we will be at 100,000 subscribers. Until then, I want to thank all my subscribers for staying with me. I want to thank all the viewers out there who are watching tonight. Because when it comes down to it, I don't come out here and I don't preach about wrestling because I'm trying to, make a living off of it, make money, take donations. No, I simply come out here and I talk about wrestling because I enjoy it. I love doing it. That's what I love to do. Come out here and I still do this show every single week. Monday Night Raw, WWE SmackDown Live, NXT, every single pay-per-view there is. WWE, NXT, Ring of Honor, New Japan Pro Wrestling. We cover it all here on That Wrestling Show. So tonight is Monday Night Raw review and results for February 12th, 2018. We are on the road to WrestleMania. We are one pay-per-view away from WrestleMania. Who will go up against Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship belt, the title of all titles? Who will Asuka face for her #1 contendership? Will it be Alexa Bliss or will it be Charlotte? Will Ronda Rousey ever come out again? Whether it's on Raw, whether it's on SmackDown, whether it's on the next pay-per-view, will we ever see Ronda Rousey? I know for damn sure we ain't seen Jason Jordan anytime in the future. His WrestleMania time is over. Neck injury, over. Kurt Angle crying, over. Kurt Angle wants to come out here and he wants to talk to the fans and he wants to make us feel sorry for Jason Jordan. He wants to come out here and he wants to talk about how, Jason Jordan is his son and we should all feel sorry for him. And he's all crying and complaining that we as fans are fucking just bitching about how we don't want to see Jason Jordan because he's a loser. Kurt Angle, Jason Jordan's not even your real son. Everybody knows that. That's why nobody cares. The guy's not your fucking biological son. You're trying to sell us a sack of shit and we ain't buying it. WrestleMania is the pay-per-views of all pay-per-views. WrestleMania is the Super Bowl of wrestling. And I don't know what WWE is planning on doing for WrestleMania, but they better have the cards stacked pretty good. Because this year is going to make WWE or it's going to break WWE. The first pay-per-view I ever saw, the first pay-per-view that ever got me into watching wrestling was a WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Steve Austin for the WWF title belt. And I was a little kid then. And it was on pay-per-view. And growing up, we couldn't afford to buy a pay-per-view. So, do you know how I watched that pay-per-view? On Scrambled Channel. Just like you watch Scrambled Porn, I watched Scramble Wrestling pay-per-view WrestleMania. Shawn Michaels versus Stone Cold Steve Austin with Mike Tyson as a special guest enforcer. That's how passionate, that's how dedicated I was to watching wrestling. I stood in front of a TV watching lines after lines after lines. I barely even got glances. I was lucky if I even saw some kind of picture. But I watched that entire WrestleMania. I watched Stone Cold defeat Shawn Michaels to win the WWF Championship belt. Mike Tyson knocked out Shawn Michaels. I didn't get to really watch it, but I heard it. Ever since then, I fell in love with the sport. I watched wrestling, from then on till now. I idolized watching The Rock was my favorite. Triple H. Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Godfather, the Generation X, the NWO, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, Hulk Hogan. It all goes back to when all that started. The point I'm trying to make is I'm a long-time wrestling fan. I'm passionate about the business. I enjoy talking about wrestling. I created this podcast because, I was a couple years ago, I was the point of my life where, I was getting tired of watching wrestling. So I stopped watching it. But then I started listening to these YouTube podcasts. Uh, and I remember the first, I listened to Sean's View, and it was JD from NY. Then it was Joe Cronin. So I was more entertained with what they had to say about wrestling in general because everything they were saying I was already thinking. So they were coming out here, they were shitting on the show. I was thinking the exact same thing. Look, this is bullshit. This is what's going on. And I listened to more of the podcast than anything else. But in a way, they got me back into watching wrestling. I started watching wrestling again, and I would watch wrestling just to watch their podcast. I enjoy watching their podcast so much that I decided, I enjoy listening to other people talk about wrestling. Why don't I start my own podcast? I, didn't want to do it for the money. I did it just to do it because I wanted to, because I enjoy it. When I first started, I was kind of like, all over the place. I didn't have the right mic. I didn't have the right platform. I was doing it out of my garage. I was doing it different types of ways. I didn't know what was my right way, what was the wrong way. Just recently, I've been having trouble with my computer, my mic. I'm having shitty audio, shitty video. I finally got all that figured out. Hopefully, this video comes out nice. But, I want to give credit where credit's due. I want to thank, JD, Joe Cronin, guys like, Sean's View, they lay the platform from guys like us to come out here and talk about wrestling and, just, come out here, just bitch and rant. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to shit on the product. I'm going to come out here and I'm going to give them props. But at the end of the day, if WWE puts on a bad show, they're going to hear about it, whether it's from me, JD, Joe Cronin, Sean's View. The fact of the matter is this: WWE, get your shit together because the TWS is coming after you, brother. That wrestling show is going to let you know whether you had a bad show or a good show. Because this ain't a bad show. This ain't a good show. This is the show. This is that wrestling show. And I am your host, JT. And this is your Monday Night Raw review and results for February 12th, 2018. I want to come out here and tell you, if you enjoy the show, be sure to subscribe down below. Follow the show on Twitter at That Wrestling Show. Share the video and hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. If you decide to leave me a thumbs down, just let me know why. If you hate the show or if you want to shit all over the show, that's fine. Just leave me a comment down below and let me know why. Whether it's bad or good, I enjoy criticism nonetheless. I just started the show about a year ago. I'm up to 37 subscribers. I want to thank all my subscribers out there for holding on with me. I appreciate the dedication and the loyalty. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe to the show to get notifications. I will be airing Monday night, Tuesday nights. I will be making other shows, um, talking about the Bullet Club, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, NWA, TNA, anything that is wrestling. We cover on this show. That's why it's called That Wrestling Show, because we talk about nothing but wrestling. Tonight, we're going to talk about Monday Night Raw. On a night where we have John Cena versus The Miz, Seth Rollins to confront Kurt Angle about going and main eventing Wrestlemania, getting his title belt back, defeating Brock Lesnar. On a night where we have Braun Strowman playing a I want to say an oversized violin. I don't know what the fuck that's called. We got Elias Sanson. Elias, he comes out. He does his usual concert. Looks good like always. We have the Revival versus Carl Anderson, the Club. On a night where we have Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns versus Sheamus. Like we didn't already see that before. Like we didn't already see Roman Reigns versus Sheamus 100 times. You would think that Roman Reigns would come out here and put over Sheamus, right? Nope, that was not the case. Roman Reigns comes out, he comes out doing his usual back and forth around the ring. Like, it's all routine when it comes to Roman Reigns. I don't know what they're doing with Roman Reigns. Either they're going to put him up here or down here or in the middle. Make up your minds. On the night where we have Absolution versus Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. Absolution look good tonight. Mandy Rose, I cannot get enough of Mandy Rose. I love me some Mandy Rose. She is my new girl to watch. Her and Alexa Bliss are on my top 2 girls to marry one day. On a night where we have Bayley versus Sasha Banks. Bayley versus Sasha Banks. If we're not gonna have a heel Sasha Banks versus Bayley, I don't want to see this match. It's fucking ridiculous. The Revival versus the Club. The right guys won tonight. That's all I'm gonna say. As far as that, I'm not gonna shit on the Revival, even though they've been getting jobbed out every 5 minutes. On the night where we have pretty much, I'm going to come out here and I'm going to say Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw was pretty good. It wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. But what gets me is like, you're going to have Kurt Angle come out. And he tries to get real with the fans. He tries to like go out there and talk to the fans, not as a general manager, but as Kurt Angle. He tries to get the fans to feel sorry for Jason Jordan. He's getting mad because he comes out there and he tells the fans that, hey, fucking Jason Jordan's hurt. And, like, are we supposed to care? Do we care? No. We're excited. We're happy. The guy's been getting on our nerves for the last 6 months. The guy comes out here and he acts like a complete moron. And don't get me wrong, I don't mean to shit all over Jason Jordan. I like the guy. I think he looks good, but the way they introduced him was the wrong way. They could have easily brought him out by himself. Like, they didn't need to introduce him as Kurt Angle's son. The guy would have got over on his own. But instead, they chose to give him this bad gimmick that no one likes and everyone reads through. And everybody knows Kurt Angle is not, Jason Jordan's dad. That's why the fans didn't care tonight. The fans were whatever. You're gonna come out here, oh, he's still my son, blah, fucking blah. Kurt Angle, nobody gives a fuck, Kurt Angle. You're not his dad. The only thing that saved the show was Seth Rollins coming out and inputting his rightful place to go on a main event Wrestlemania. Another thing I didn't like about tonight was John Cena versus The Miz. You have The Miz come out. You have The Miz talk shit. You have The Miz get in John Cena's face. You have The Miz just completely demolish John Cena. For what? For John Cena just to come out and just squash The Miz? So you're going to build The Miz up. Then you're going to break him down. We don't need John Cena to go to WrestleMania anymore. We need John Cena to go away, period. If you're not going to come out here, and if you're not going to be a heel John Cena, we don't want to see you, and we don't care. Simple as that. Other than those two little things, Monday Night Raw was quite enjoyable. We are going to go over the match, one by one. I just wanted to come out here and I wanted to rant and I wanted to bitch and I wanted to moan about what I didn't like about Monday Night Raw, what they should fix about Monday Night Raw. But now that I'm done bitching and complaining, we're going to get straight to your Monday Night Raw review. I am JT, your host. You are watching That Wrestling Show for the 100th time. I'm going to keep on repeating it until it just gets into your head. I'm going to let you enjoy the intro one more time, and we're going to go straight to the review. So, WWE Monday Night Raw comes waltzing back into our lives live tonight, February 12th, 2018, from the SAP Center in San Jose, California. They start with an upcoming build going towards the Elimination Chamber. We have all the losers of the Fatal Four-Way tournament to go up against each other in a four-way match. The winner of the match gets a final shot to redeem himself, to go on and be part of the Elimination Chamber match. We thought it was going to be a four-way, but it ended up turning into a five-way. The show opens up with John Cena. We get John Cena. Yes, we get John freaking Cena. He comes out. He talks about how he is going to be at WrestleMania. He is going to main event WrestleMania. He needs to main event WrestleMania one more time. He goes on to say, if he doesn't do this, if he's unable to go to WrestleMania and face Brock Lesnar for the Universal title belt, that he has no reason to be around anymore. He has no reason to be around anymore. John Cena, your time was up 5 years ago. You want to come out here and you want to talk about how you want to overshadow all the young talent? How you don't want to put over young talent, new talent? You want to come out here and you want to squash The Miz every 5 fucking minutes on Raw. You don't need to go to WrestleMania. You don't need WrestleMania. We don't want you at WrestleMania. He comes out here, he talks about how he understands that he comes out here with mixed emotions, but the truth is, if he doesn't win for the first time in 15 years, he's not sure if he has a road to WrestleMania. John Cena, either you have the road or you don't. You have to come out here and you have to earn it. And that means going to the Elimination Chamber and winning. If you don't win, then you don't go to WrestleMania. Simple as that. But being John Cena like John Cena is going to be, I'm sure he's not going to win the Elimination Chamber, but he's going to squeeze his way into the main event at WrestleMania anyways. Because that's John Cena for you. Any simple way to squeeze myself in to the main event at WrestleMania. He then says, so all those opposed to him winning, let him tell you his road to WrestleMania out loud. He has to survive the most unwinnable match in WWE history. He goes on, he talks, and he talks. He makes us feel sorry for him pretty much. He gets loud. He gets mad. He tries to be the old John Cena, but you know what? Nobody's buying it no more. Nobody's buying the John Cena gimmick anymore. So luckily for us, The Miz comes out. He puts John Cena in his place. He proceeds to tell John Cena that he has no chance in hell of winning the Elimination Chamber match. He then tells John Cena that he is going to win the match at the Elimination Chamber. He will go on to face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and become not only the United States champion, but he'll become the WWE Universal Champion. John Cena then looks at The Miz. He laughs and tells Miz, the only way you have a chance on even making it to WrestleMania, even walking out to WrestleMania, is if Brock Lesnar misses his flight, gets sick. He tells The Miz that if he goes up against Brock Lesnar, that he would get destroyed. The Miz goes on and tells John Cena, you know what? I beat Roman Reigns for the Intercontinental Championship belt. And that's why I'll beat Brock Lesnar in the main event at WrestleMania. John Cena then tries to weasel his way, and he tells The Miz, you know what? You want to prove to me that you can go up against Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania. Why don't you prove to me? Why don't we go? We'll just have a one-on-one match, you and me. The winner survives the match. The loser has to come out number one. Number one in the Elimination Chamber match. The Miz looks at John Cena like, no freaking way I'm doing this. Then out of nowhere, the Miztourage attacks the 16-time world champion. They double team him with a back suplex combo. The Miz takes his coat off and says he'll take the chance because he's smarter than John Cena. He then tells John Cena, challenge accept. So then we have a match versus John Cena and The Miz. Now, the match was pretty good. The match was decent. The match was great. But the way it ended was ridiculous. You know, we have John Cena and The Miz. They go back and forth. John Cena does his usual routine. The Miz does his routine. The Miz kicks out of one F5. It's not even what his fucking finisher is called. Attitude adjustment or whatever the fuck he wants to call it. Either way, he copied Brock Lesnar's move. So the Intercontinental Champion is fired up. He heads in with a charge. Cena counters with the attitude adjustment. No good. Cena up top. Miz grabs the rope to knock him down. Spinning toe hold again into the figure 4 leg lock. John manages to put Miz's arm and turn into a arm trap crossface. Miz takes the ropes, but both men are worse to wear. Cena hobbling to the corner. Miz from behind. Skull crushing finale. John Cena will not give up. So at this point, both guys already had each other's finishers. You know, at this point, I'm thinking the Miz is gonna win. The Miz is gonna win. John Cena's gonna come out number one. But nope, that is not the case. John Cena wins via pinfall with an avalanche attitude adjustment, forcing Miz to enter the Elimination Chamber at number 1. So the beginning part of Monday Night Raw was not that great. Anytime we have John Cena show up in the beginning part of Monday Night Raw, it's never good. It's never good at all. Excuse me while I adjust my mic. Just trying to make it look decent. Like, man, this dude keeps moving his fucking mic, bro. Like, it's fucking annoying me. It's getting on my fucking nerves, bro. Why is he fucking with his fucking mic, bro? Because I want to move my fucking mic. It looks fucking stupid on camera. I'm trying to adjust it. Just trying to fucking make it look good. You got a fucking problem with it? Yeah, I definitely need to adjust my mic a little better. But nobody gives a fuck. So, we have John Cena. We have The Miz. We have a one-on-one match. Winner. Loser has to enter number 1. So there you have it. The Miz is number 1 in the Elimination Chamber match. John Cena should have put over The Miz tonight. The Miz, I don't know what they're doing with this character. They give him leverage. They give him time on the mic. But they simply choose to just squash him every 5 minutes. You know, whether it's with John Cena, whether it's with Bray Wyatt or Braun Strowman or, whoever it is. The Miz can never catch a break. He's the Intercontinental Champion, but yet he's still, he's still a fucking jobber. So like I said, I don't know what the WWE is doing with the Miz, but they need to fucking do something different. The next match we get the Balor Club. We have Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows versus the Revival, Dashwater and Scott Dawson. Now I don't know what they're doing with this whole Revival situation. Anytime they've had the Revival come out, they've lost every single match. And I don't know if WWE likes this team or they want to break them up, but in NXT, these two guys were very dominant, and lately they've just been having shitty matches. When they first debuted on Raw, they got hurt. They came back and they got hurt again, and now they're back again. So these guys have not had a break. We have Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. I don't know how many times we're gonna watch this match. I know we don't see this match several times, but this can be one of those feuds where it's never gonna end. We're gonna see the Balor Club versus the Revival all the way up to the end of WrestleMania, probably. But tonight, the Revival, they finally got a pinfall against the Balor Club, with the Shatter Machine on Carl Anderson. WWE is finally doing something right with the Revival. I'm glad that they're actually letting them win, not lose. There was not really much to talk about this match other than the Revival finally getting the win in. We'll see where WWE puts them as far as, tag team. I don't understand, like, a team like the Revival, they need to be going up against the tag team champs. And right now, we have the Bar, who are currently holding the tag team title belts. But why do we have our tag team champions in singles competition? Sheamus versus Roman Reigns. If you're going to have our tag team champions in singles competition, take the fucking belts off of them, break the goddamn team up, and put the belts on the Revival. Put the belts on Carl Anderson. Put the belt on a tag team. Cesaro and Sheamus, they don't need to be together anymore. They're not. They don't. They're main eventers. They're single main eventers. Take the belts away from the Bar. Don't make Seth Rollins. Don't put Seth Rollins back in a tag team. He's a singles competitor. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So after a good match that we have Kurt Angle in the ring. He says he's here with mixed emotions. Yeah, sure, yeah, right. In 2 weeks at the Elimination Chamber, Ronda Rousey will sign her WWE contract. Wow, we're finally going to get Rowdy Ronda Rousey. We're going to get her at the Elimination Chamber to sign her WWE contract. So she hasn't even signed her contract yet? If she hasn't signed her WWE contract yet, why the fuck did she come out at WrestleMania? Why the fuck did she point at the WrestleMania logo? Why haven't you signed your WWE contract yet? Sign the motherfucker. Be at Wrestlemania. Go up against Asuka. So Kurt Angle comes out. He talks about how he's gonna have Rowdy Ronda Rousey making her return to the Elimination Chamber to sign her WWE contract. He also says Monday after Raw went off the air, he and his biological son. What's with the biological son bullshit? All right, he's your son. We get it. Biological. We get it. He and his biological son, Jason Jordan, went to a local medical facility where they found out Jason Jordan would need neck surgery. First of all, Jason Jordan got hurt weeks ago. How the fuck he got hurt is beyond me. Why he needs surgery? For what? When he got hurt, it didn't look that serious. But yet he needed surgery, and he got surgery that same night. He comes out and also says that Jason Jordan will be missing Wrestlemania. He comes out and says every week he comes out, he's calm, he's cool, and he's collected while a smile on his face, but he can't do it anymore. Kurt Angle, every time you come out on Monday Night Raw, you do not look calm, cool, or collected. When I come on the show, I am calm, and I am cool, and I am collected. You are scatterbrains. You are an idiot for coming back to the WWE and taking this general manager gimmick, Jason Jordan's father gimmick. You should have stayed away, Kurt Angle. He can't do it anymore. Tonight he's talking to us as a father. As a father. You are not his father. Biological. You are not his father. It is all an act. Nobody told you? It's part of the script. And if any of you feel joy at a superstar getting injured and missing WrestleMania, we should be ashamed of ourselves. And all he wants is for us to wish Jason Jordan well. Jason Jordan getting hurt and not going to WrestleMania is the best thing, is the best news that we've heard in months. Not because we want him to be hurt. Not because we don't like the guy. Because WWE has taken a big superstar. WWE has broken up a good tag team. And they took the guy and they put him on Raw and they shit all over him. They gave him this stupid and ridiculous gimmick that he did not need. He comes out, he's annoying as fuck, he's a fucking crybaby, he's a fucking daddy's boy. Nobody cares to see any of that shit. So the fact that he's gone is good news to us. Kurt Angle, go fuck yourself. As Kurt Angle was about to cry, enters Seth Rollins. He says he's sorry about Jason Jordan. Honestly, he was pretty hard on him last week, but he's a good kid in a tough spot, and he should know he's been there. A few years ago, he was the WWE champion. He won the title just a few miles up the street from here. Cashed in Money in the Bank contract, beat Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar, and shocked the world. He was unstoppable, on top of the world, and it all came crumbling down. He tore his knee and had to forfeit the title and miss WrestleMania. But missing WrestleMania made him realize the WrestleMania moments aren't guaranteed, and that's why he's out here. Seth Rollins comes out. He talks to Kurt Angle. He tells him, you know what? I miss the spotlight. I want that belt back. I didn't come here on Raw to be on Raw. I came on Raw to be Raw. I don't come on YouTube. I don't want to be on YouTube. I want to be YouTube. He didn't convince Kurt Angle to give him a chance at the Fatal 4-Way tonight and make it a Fatal 5-Way. Kurt Angle tells him it's not up to him, it's not up to you, it's up to the WWE Universe. So Kurt Angle then asks the fans, hey man, what do you think? Should we let Seth Rollins compete tonight in a Fatal 5-Way? What do you think the fans did? Did the fans boo him? Did the fans cry? No, the fans said, hell fucking yes. We need Seth Rollins to be in the main event. So there you have it. We have Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Apollo Crews, the Broken One, Matt Hardy, all them superstars in the main event. What do you think happens? Well, we ain't there yet, so we'll find out. So after all that chaos in the ring, we have Bray Wyatt. He appears in a dark room talking about how Rollins doesn't deserve a second chance, and neither do Finn Balor, Apollo Crews, or Matt Hardy. Hardy attacks him from behind, and he has the nerve to call Wyatt vile. Matt is in need of help, and Bray Wyatt knows how to fix him. They are just lost fish in the sea, blind to the fact that they are being stalked by sharks and he is starving. He'll feast on their remains when the Elimination Chamber match for the second year in a row and slay the beast, and then once again he'll have the whole world in his hands. I don't know what the fuck they're doing with Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, but I'm not into it. I was a big fan of the broken gimmick when they had it in TNA and Ring of Honor, but this awoken gimmick, yeah, it's not me. I'm not buying it. I ain't buying the shirt. I ain't buying the gimmick, and I ain't being awoken. So they need to do something quick with Matt Hardy because this dude's gonna fucking fall fast. So we have Sasha Banks. She makes her entrance. She has a match against Bayley, and they go to commercial break. That's how important Sasha Banks is. Soon after she makes her entrance, they go straight to commercial break. We have Bayley versus Sasha Banks. You know, Bayley and Sasha Banks, every time they have a match, it's a good match. In NXT, and, on Raw, it's a good match, but I can't buy the babyface Sasha Banks versus the babyface Bayley. I mean, they go at it back and forth. They have a regular match like they always do. Bayley's getting her ass whooped. She's trying to hang in there, crawling desperate, reaching. Banks puts a foot on the ropes to block, but Bayley forces the break. She rolls Sasha off and into the turnbuckle, but both women are down and out and having trouble recovering. Banks heads up to the second. Bayley cuts her off with a strike and climbs to meet her, jockeying for position over a suplex. The boss knocks her clean to the mat, but Bayley runs back over. Bayley wins via pinfall with a belly to belly. So Sasha Banks can't get it done against Asuka. and Sasha Banks can't get it done against Bayley. What they're doing with Sasha Banks is beyond me. She went to being my number one girl to being my number one loser girl. Um, Mandy Rose, Sasha Banks has taken your spot as my number one girl. You are in the Jobber Club. Welcome to the Jobber Club, Sasha Banks. You are no longer the boss. You are considered the loss, Sasha Banks. The Hugger. The Hugger celebrates on the turnbuckle while the boss stares on. They face on in the center of the ring, and Nia Jax attacks both of them. That's fucking bullshit. We should have had Sasha Banks turn heel. Simple as that. We don't fucking need Nia Jax to come out and be stupid every 5 minutes. Nia Jax comes out. She's interviewed. She says that that this has everything to do with her because over the past 2 weeks, Bayley and Sasha Banks took Asuka to her limit, and she destroyed both of them in seconds at Elimination Chamber. There's only one woman in WWE that can break Asuka's streak, and you're looking at her. Yeah, right. Yeah, fucking right. Asuka ain't no damn jobber. Asuka's gonna kill you. We go backstage. Seth Rollins. Um, we have Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Ask him about the qualifier. Seth Rollins says he could let Roman have all the fun. And Reigns says he'll eliminate him just like he did at the Rumble. Whatever, Roman Reigns. Whatever. And they turn to see the Bar standing by the tag titles. Sheamus says he wouldn't worry about the Elimination Chamber because because with his track record, it'll be another failed opportunity. Cesaro asks if he thinks Dean Ambrose and Jason Jordan are in physical therapy together, bonding over what a lousy partner Seth is. Roman laughs along with before asking Cesaro that what happened to his mouth before remembering that he ran into the Shield. He goes to say something to Sheamus, and my cable skips ahead to the commercial. What the fuck? I'm reading this shit, dude. Why am I reading this shit? Nobody cares to read this shit. After a boring commercial break, we have Titus Catering being interviewed. They're being interviewed. Titus O'Neil takes over the mic. He gives fucking fucking what's her face, a Titus vacation. Renee Young gets a Titus vacation. Apollo Crews is being interviewed by Titus O'Neil. He tells Titus O'Neil, hey man, are you gonna win this match or are you gonna lose this fucking match? He's not too worried about being deleted. He's here to create history. He is not scared of Bray because he can't digest him. He's gonna extinguish Seth Rollins' fire, and the only club he's part of is what? Fucking. Are they in 5th grade? We get Alexa Bliss walking backstage with Mickie James looking good as always. After all this backstage bullshit, we finally get Absolution versus Alexa Bliss and Mickie James. Excuse me. Only good thing about this match is how good Alexa Bliss and Mandy Rose looked. That was it. That's all I enjoyed. Deville takes the opening and gets a near fall. She tags to Rose, body blows Arn Ringer into abdominal stretch. James escapes with a snapmare and ducks the running kneel. Hangman neckbreaker connects, and both women are down and out. Sonya pulls Alexa off the apron. Rose takes advantage. Kick to the midsection. Absolution wins via pinfall. My girl Mandy Rose pins Mickey James for the pinfall. Mandy Rose looks good. Mandy Rose is the future of women wrestling. She is a combination of, you know, the best women put together. She's beautiful, she's sexy, she's physical, and she's dominating. She is someone to look out for in 2018. 2018 is going to be the road of Mandy Rose. After the match, Absolution puts the boots to James after the match, but Alexa makes the save, throwing hands and running them off. We get Elias walking backstage with his guitar on his shoulders, and we are informed that he is debuting the Elimination Chamber Blues after the break. Another boring commercial break. Elias is in the ring, ready to play the Elimination Chamber Blues for us. He does his usual intro about walking with him and mocks the crowd response, calling it pathetic and saying the best thing about San Jose is that it's an hour away from a real city like San Francisco. The guy has a way of building the crowd, getting the crowd to like him, and then shitting all over the crowd. Or who is he kidding? Every city in California is a toxic dump. That's funny. Of course, the song is about how he's the only one who's gonna win the Elimination Chamber, running down his opponent and saying the song and saying the song is a song he wrote for Miz, or actually for Maurice. And eventually he cuts off by the ring announcer introducing Braun Strowman. I'm sorry. Eventually he's cut off by the ring announcer introducing Braun Strowman. Braun Strowman is seated on the stool in front of a mic on the stage with his own spotlight. This is fucking ridiculous right here. And he gets a double bass from just inside the darkness. He hammers a couple of notes out and breaks the bridge before launching it into a vocal performance. A song about how he is not finished with Elias, and when this song's over, the Drifter's gonna get these hands. Says he broke the strings and Enricon's. There's only one thing he can do with the double bass now, and he puts it on over his shoulder and takes it to ringside. This fucking thing was humongous. Big. I mean, fuck. To a normal person, it's a fucking bass. To Braun Strowman, it's a fucking guitar. Elias begs off and puts his guitar down, asking Braun to do the same for a fair fight. Strowman does so, and the Drifter tries to blindside the monster on his entrance. He grabs the guitar for a cheap shot, but Braun Strowman goozles him and hammers him to the mat with a clubbing blow to the chest. Elias tries to crawl away while Strowman is posing, but sings along with me, kids. Sing along. What the fuck out? Braun not finished with him yet. Strowman heads to the floor and eyes a double bass, picking it up and stalking behind Samson. He smashes the double bass over Elias's back. Braun heads to the back while referees rush out to check on the Drifter. God damn, he smashed that goddamn thing. I didn't think he was gonna do that, but he did it. That was crazy. We get a hand cam promo from Finn Balor running with his opponent in the qualifier. We get a hand cam promo from Finn Balor running down with his opponents in the qualifier wants to do tonight, but he doesn't care what they want. He cares about making the most of his second chance and winning the Elimination Chamber match. This will bring him one step closer to what he wants, what he never lost, the Universal Championship belt. I mean, he's right. He never did lose the belt. He was forced to relinquish the belt because Seth Rollins destroyed his shoulder, threw him into the goddamn, barricade. Shoulder first. Who does that shit? Up next, we have Roman Reigns versus Sheamus. There's not much to say about this match except for the fact that Sheamus is in the Jobber Club. Roman Reigns wins via the spear. Roman Reigns, instead of putting over Sheamus, he squashes him, he destroys him, he makes him look like shit. Cesaro charges in, gets back, body drop over the barricade, and Strowman punches Sheamus out to hit the big dog in the ribs, and Roman throws him at the post. In return, drives by counter with a lariat. Sheamus up top, driving lariat, countered into, speared it over. This fucking Roman Reigns gets the win. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. Now, we get to our main event. Apollo Crews versus Bray Wyatt versus Finn Balor versus Matt Hardy versus Seth freaking Rollins. Elimination Chamber qualifying match. I didn't get a chance to watch this match. I really wanted to watch it, but I was too busy trying to fucking sell a microwave that this jabroni didn't want to buy. I posted a microwave on OfferUp. The guy says he wants to buy it. I showed the fuck up to deliver it, and he decides he doesn't want to buy it. I drove fucking miles to go deliver this damn thing. And at the end of the night, he says he doesn't want to buy it. If you don't want to buy the goddamn thing, don't fucking say you want to buy it. So we get our main event in the main event. Fatal 5-way. Let's not talk about the match. Let's just watch it, relive it.
This outrageous athleticism of Apollo Crews takes out Bray Wyatt.
It really is interesting strategy because you have to be aggressive. But also you have to watch what else is going on around you.
Crews from Titus Worldwide, Finn Balor, Seth Rollins, Bray Wyatt, and Matt Hardy involved in this match. What a kick up by Apollo Crews, who claims Crews can't lose. Titus Worldwide could have a big win on their hands tonight. Apollo lands on the apron and he runs into a big kick by Finn Balor. And now Finn takes down Seth Rollins. Balor and Rollins certainly no strangers to one another. Yeah, battle for the first Universal Championship back at SummerSlam a couple of years ago. And now Bray Wyatt, who's had an issue with Finn Balor as well. And Finn Balor takes out Bray. Cover. Hooks the leg. Matt Hardy deletes that pinfall. I asked Matt Hardy what his strategy, back when this was a fatal 4-way, he said he needs to recollect the wisdoms imparted by Genghis Khan. I'm not entirely sure what he meant by that, but that's what he says. He also said his woken wisdom can slay 2 fowl with 1 boulder. And look at this. Matt Hardy runs into a super kick by Rollins.
I'm actually a little disappointed. I didn't go get a quote from Matt Hardy today.
We're journalists, Coach. And look at Finn Balor unloading.
I just want to say that WWE is making Matt Hardy look and sound like a fucking idiot. That's all I'm going to say.
On Rollins. No teleprompters on Raw. As you see Seth Rollins now. Oh, and there's the sling blade by Finn Balor. Well, Balor's got Rollins lined up. Here we go. What a kick to the face of Balor. And Rollins is rolling. Seth Rollins. Oh, and what a collision. And now there's that drop kick driving Wyatt into the corner. He is in the drop zone for Finn Balor. He's going up top, looking for the move that won him the Universal Championship. And Seth Rollins meets Balor there.
Let's go,
this
Seth
is not going to
Rollins.
be good as Balor now looks to prevent.
You got to admit, anytime they put Seth Rollins
what could
and
possibly
Finn Balor in a match,
what could Rollins possibly have in mind here?
Nothing ever good happens
make
up there.
gold.
Oh my God!
Great roll through on the Phoenix Splash.
And Bray Wyatt caught him into Sister Abigail.
That takes experience, technique.
Matt Hardy back in. Twist of fate to Wyatt. Cover.
Matt Hardy defeats and deletes broken
to the stop
Bray Wyatt.
Back off the top rope. And out. Rollins with
Curb
a
stomp
of his
to
own.
Finn
Rollins
Balor.
Cover. Hook of the leg.
One,
Is Rollins going to the
two.
chamber and Cruz breaking things up.
Fucking never lose
Apollo
Cruz.
Crews preserving
interrupts
his
the
own
match.
opportunity.
Bray Wyatt now going up top. This sadistic Bray Wyatt, no telling what he's got on his mind. Now Finn Balor
Bray
back
Wyatt
in,
on top.
in the mix.
Looking to give
Seth
Apollo
Rollins
Crews
as well.
a suplex
they're
off the
not.
rope.
This is not going to be good for anybody involved.
Boom, Finn Balor and
Balor cover, Rollins
Seth.
cover, shoulders down.
so we have Finn Balor and
minute.
Seth Rollins both pin Bray Wyatt.
Who the hell won?
Well, they both think they've won.
They both did win.
How did they both win?
I don't know. I mean, Rollins and Balor both had a cover, both had the leg hook, both of Bray Wyatt's shoulders were down for 3.
So there you have it. That was your main event. Looks like both Bray Wyatt and Finn Balor will be going to the Elimination Chamber, or they might wrestle against each other one-on-one at the next night of Monday Raw. Next week on Monday Night Raw, I predict Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the qualifying spot in the Elimination Chamber, unless they plan to have 2 guys in one pod. But there you have it, guys. That was your Monday Night Raw review and results. Thank you for watching the show. If you enjoyed the show, be sure to subscribe down below. Hit that subscribe button down below on the way out. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at That Wrestling Show for uploads and notifications and, you know, all kinds of shit. Be sure to share this video with, you know, friends, followers, you know, subscribers. Hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Leave a comment down below. Like I said, I want to thank all my subscribers for staying with me, and all you new future subscribers, hit that subscribe button. Let's get this show up to 100 subscribers by next month, 1,000 subscribers by Wrestlemania, and 100,000 subscribers by next year's Wrestlemania. I am JT. This is the TWS. And if you don't know what that means, we got 3 words for you. That wrestling show, suckers. TWS. That wrestling show. That wrestling. Subscribe. TWS. Too sweet. Subscribe.